All right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Frisch, and I'm here to introduce you to Locable. Locable is a marketing platform for local businesses who are active and engaged in their community and want to do a better job of leveraging their local relationships to grow. Both my business partner Brian and I grew up in small towns. We both believe strongly that local businesses are the backbone of the community, and to that end we spent the last 6 years working with local magazines and newspapers to help them build a digital business. And what we found during that process is that their customers, local businesses, face increased competition, they don't know what to do, and they don't have the right tools to do the job. Put another way, you can't not have a digital presence now, all right? Most local business owners aren't marketers by trade, and technology and best practice is shifting constantly, and if you're not careful, you can spend a lot of time and money and kind of just waste time trying to figure things out on your own. So that's why we built Locable, and it's made up of 3 components. It's an easy-to-use marketing tool where we take care of all the technology, the updates, the maintenance, so that you don't have to worry about the added cost of maintaining and figuring out what to do. We layer in a virtual marketing assistant, which uses artificial intelligence to make recommendations and remind the business to do the things they need to do to grow. And then we have what we call our local graph, which tracks and leverages local relationships to allow better collaboration between local entities. When you put all that together, it allows the business to find and retain new customers without really deep marketing knowledge, which is the big problem that they face. So just to give you a quick idea of the key platform features that they could have access to, we break it down into these 4 categories. We start with a content engine, making it really easy to post events, offers, galleries, before and afters in a paint-by-numbers sort of approach, and automatically share that to social media, email, and their local kind of local network of people that they know. We layer in business data, making sure name, address, phone number, hours of operation, and all that factual data is consistent across the internet, and give them a tool to solicit and manage their customer reviews as well. We offer a web builder. You can build a well-structured, mobile-optimized site really quickly, or you can use our tools on your existing site if you prefer. And then all the magic kind of sauce happens in what we call our Main Street CRM. This basically takes those relationships and allows you to collaborate in a very efficient manner, which is a big problem if you're, say, working with a chamber or somebody, a local magazine. The market is huge. There's 10 million active local businesses. That's defined as people that are members of a chamber, they support a nonprofit, they're involved in the community, they spend on average $200 a month, and there's a 24 billion total addressable market if you do that math out. We make money in a very simple way. We sell our software as a subscription. There's a free plan and a paid plan. You can pay monthly, you can pay prepay for the year and save a little bit. The cool part is everyone gets started for free. We want to help all local businesses, and there's actually cues in the app through the marketing assistant that will actually prompt them to upgrade when it's relevant for them to do the next thing that they need to do. There's a bunch of other revenue opportunities. I'll skip that and come back to it later if you guys are interested. We have a 4-tiered approach to growing our revenue. As I alluded to on the previous slide, we have what I call engineered growth. There's in-app reasons for people to invite their friends in, and then for us to prompt them to upgrade. But we're going to jumpstart every market with the channel partner or influencer program. So we're going to work with the chambers. We're going to work with the historic district. We're going to work with our local publishers to pull in their audience to help them, better serve their customers. We'll incentivize them with a referral program, and we'll do our, of course, traditional kind of content marketing, social media, email to supplement that. We do about $20,000 a month in recurring revenue right now. The majority of that is from our legacy publisher business, but we do have a little shy of 60 customers using the marketing suite right now. We are in private beta and hope to launch publicly in about 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. And when we do that, we're going to leverage our publishing partners in over 80 markets across the U.S. That's a ready pipeline of customers that we have kind of queued up and ready to pull into the system. And we're also conducting a proof of concept of how to best leverage those partners right now, which we expect to be done at the end of Q2. At which point, we're going to be going out and looking to raise $500,000 to scale the business. The majority of those proceeds will be used to hire more people, increase our sales and marketing budget, and continue to kind of test and iterate and improve the product. And how quickly can we get people becoming a free user and then a paid user. Just before I wrap up, I just want to highlight there's many potential exits. Our goal is to sell the company in 3 to 5 years. There are many potential acquirers. Facebook and Google always looking for better ways to monetize their already existing relationships. Our tool fills that need. If you're an Intuit or a Salesforce type of company, you might be looking to move into an adjacent space to complete your marketing suite. If you're an enterprise marketing software like a HubSpot or Marketo, Infusionsoft, you might want to move downstream. We serve the small end of the market and they serve the big end. This would complete that kind of customer life cycle for them. And if you're a GoDaddy, you have a web builder, you're always looking to expand your services and make marketing easier for your customers. And there's many more. So in conclusion, we validated our product market fit at this point. We've defined a huge market opportunity and we've adopted a business model that will allow us to scale. So my question for you today is, will you join us in reimagining local marketing for the millions of small businesses that need our help? Thank you.
We have the 6 minutes, by the way.
How close?
550 online.
550, yeah.
I was right around it, so.
Very good, very good. That's sort of an inside joke because Ryan has helped coach other people to do.
Yeah, I felt a
6
lot of
minutes.
pressure to be under 6 minutes and do a good presentation because I've been coaching everybody every week.
So the question we always ask is, how can the community help you? You said a little bit about that, but if there's anything else you want to add to that?
Yes, I left a lot to add.
Okay.
So first off, this is the first time we've used this particular presentation deck. It's a new kind of story arc for us. And I'd welcome your feedback on things that made sense, didn't make sense, liked or didn't like. Any feedback you can give would be greatly helpful in helping us kind of hone our pitch so when we talk to investors, we have the right kind of story line going. In addition, if you know anyone who's looking to invest, we're beginning to network and have conversations for our round that I mentioned. And if you have contacts with chambers of commerce, historic societies, lead gen groups, if you know anyone who owns a shopping center, those are all target kind of partners for us. I would love an introduction. Customers are always welcome. And probably most importantly, we're looking for talented people, particularly on the development side. So if you have any developer contacts, we are looking for a kind of lead developer / CTO type to join our company.
Great. All right, so now we'll open it up for questions.
So you've got all these publications that you're partnering with already. How are they feeling about your product, and can they run articles in their publications about your company?
Yes, and they have. They're feeling good. Their biggest, I guess, their struggle is that digital is starting to take things over, and they're worried that it's going to put their print publication out of business. That's why our company started working with publishers exclusively, right? We've kind of pivoted at this point and are expanding our set, but they get asked all the time, do you know a marketing guy? Do you know someone who can help with social media? Do you know someone who can build a website? Now they can say yes to that question. They can get paid for basically not doing any work other than making the introduction. And part of that proof of concept that I referenced earlier is about how do we effectively help them kind of promote us.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to be doing webinars with their advertisers and educating them and trying to pull them into the funnel.
Do they get a broker fee for anything they refer to you, or is
anyone who becomes a customer, they will earn a recurring commission. So it's 20% of every sale we make for as long as they remain a customer.
Do you have educational videos on site for my experience of small businesses is most of the people tend to be very proficient in whatever they're bringing to the table that they're trying to market, but they don't know business from Adam. So do you have videos to teach them how to build a website or how to market or use your tools effectively?
So there's a couple things that I'll say there. One is that is why we're building the virtual marketing assistant, and everything is built to the effect that they log in, they're going to see here are 3 things you can do today, and they're going to click a button, and let's say the first one is post a photo gallery from your recent event, all right, as an example. They're going to click the button, and it's going to pull them up to the screen, and everything's going to be there, and it's very paint by numbers if you've ever done that in the past, right? It's like, put this image here, put this image here, like, put this text here, and there's tooltips, and it kind of literally, it's like almost it walks you through it. So the whole concept is if you don't want to have to think about it, and you just want to know that we're we have your best interests at heart. We'll just make sure you're doing the things you need to do. Now, we have a ton of educational resources on our site as well, but we find that most people just want to be told what to do. And that, it seems counterintuitive, but that's what we're actually seeing. If we, tell people to do something, 9 times out of 10 they end up doing it. So the web builder is the one exception to that. I think that's the most complicated piece of what we do. And we do not allow, it's more of a kind of do it with me solution. There's a setup fee if you want to add the web builder, and that includes basically creating the site structure, putting the content on there, doing the design, because most people that's too complicated. So we do that for them.
Well, then one follow-on to that, a potential suggestion, being an old guy, I'm constantly being introduced to features on Facebook that are driving me in directions I never would have thought I would have gone before.
Checking out those stories, the latest
Yeah.
Facebook feature.
And I keep ordering crap. I've got magnetic things. A thought occurred to me though is if you could begin to develop some of those educational vignettes for businesses, you could post those on social media as a guide to here's a tip for a small business, and then within the tip it's like, and oh by the way, there's this tool that can.
Yeah, that's an excellent suggestion and in line with what we're thinking for our marketing strategy. Well, it's obviously to attract new customers, but it's also to educate existing customers. And instead of doing like long form blogs, we're experimenting with the idea of doing really short, actionable like tip of the day and doing a new tip every day with the video, with the instructions, with the link to the site. So we've already started putting a list. I think we're up to like 400 or so tips.
Cool.
So we're going to start putting those out in the public shortly. But excellent suggestion.
I like your new deck and your new logo. It's really cool.
Thank you.
What's your biggest challenge when trying to convert someone to a customer?
From like a free user to a paying user, or just getting them to
Maybe
become a
both.
user?
Both situations, but probably more interested in paid users.
The biggest challenge is, if they're not willing to do work, then it's almost impossible to convert them. And I imagine we'll get a lot of free users that think they're going to do stuff and then don't do it.
Right.
That'll be a challenge that we'll have to overcome. But there's also the subset of people that know they have to do marketing, know they need help with marketing, are willing to do the work if it's easy. Those are the types of people that we want to focus on getting. In addition, I think user experience in terms of how easy it is to do things is going to be paramount, right? If it's not easy, it's not going to happen.
You want to go first?
We'll work back.
All right. Hey, great job. You guys have really refined the message.
Much better.
After
Yeah,
6 months with you guys.
you've heard us present a few times.
Yeah, and so really great job. I think also your exit strategy is right on. Having worked with Salesforce and HubSpot, the price is so prohibitive for small businesses that you guys are doing a nice end round. You can get into HubSpot's website, and they've got some free resources that you might help give you a roadmap as to becoming more attractive to them. Like say, we've already thought of that. We're right on the same page as you.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I used to be a HubSpot partner, so
Yeah, nice. And I still got my old password, so let me know.
I'm a customer too. We use their sales tools.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you guys considered, I'm sure you have this in the same vein, but Marketo and Eloqua?
Yeah, I use HubSpot as an example, but any of those enterprise marketing solutions or potential acquirers, these were meant to just kind of illustrate how we're thinking about an exit.
Cool. And then the one other thing for like Google Local, like you guys are tackling that for them, but I think an educational piece for the customer as to how this is going to increase their SEO and the importance of that, and maybe even adding in low budget AdWords strategy for them to help create that SEO rank.
If you wouldn't mind going back to the business model slide, I think it's 3 or 4 up. One more. right here. So I skipped over future revenue opportunities, but I think one of the biggest ones is creating this kind of local advertising network. Google is really great about placing your ad on national brand websites, but with our relationships with publishers and the businesses, we might be able to create a network around placing ads on local sites, which would be super attractive to Google, right, to expand beyond what they're doing with their standard ad network. And I didn't get into it so much in the presentation because it gets more technical, but Google will likely be more interested in us around our AI technology and machine learning.
Right.
They can plug in their vast data set and immediately leverage what we've already built. That would be the attraction to a Google more so than anything else.
Right. Do you guys have landing pages built out for your customers?
In process, by the end of next week, all the site updates should be done that are happening, but we're gonna have a landing page for every kind of partner and every kind of customer type, and then we're gonna be testing a whole bunch of different
Awesome job.
personas, I guess, if
Yeah.
they use the HubSpot language. Did you?
Well, the deck is excellent.
Thank you.
So really, really nice. Did you build the web builder? You did it from scratch.
Yeah, we built it from scratch. It's a necessary evil, I guess.
Okay.
We never anticipated that would be the core of our business, but it's such an important part of any kind of local marketing strategy that it has to exist. And while there are certain tools that we felt like we could integrate with, like Facebook, Google, all these other tools, the web builder, for making it as easy as we wanted to, it's fairly rudimentary. You can do a lot with it, but it doesn't give you a ton of options like some of the other kind of DIY web builders, but we did that on purpose, knowing that it's more important to get a decent site up than it is to worry about all the individual designs. And if people don't want to use our web builder, we're totally fine with that.
But the reason I ask is because presumably somebody who wants to use this service for all the marketing in, if they're going to use your web builder, they might want to have a shop. And
Yeah.
you know, if you use like WordPress, you can use WooCommerce and stuff like that. But how are you gonna have
So
that?
all our tools have embeddable components, and eventually we'll probably build a WordPress plugin to go with it. So you can use our suite with your existing website, just drop in embeds for the content and other things. And like I said, with WordPress in particular, off the top of my head, we'll probably do a more strong integration there, I guess, to make it even easier.
So I used to be an editor of a local newspaper, so I wasn't entirely clear what your pitch to me would be.
Yeah, great question. So the pitch to a publisher is they are struggling to maintain sales, right? Print, while I don't actually believe it's dying, some types are, and it's definitely getting more challenging. And you have to to survive, you have to be offering a digital arm of your business. One thing local publishers are really not good at is selling digital and kind of agency-like services. So this marketing suite is a tool that they can kind of put in their arsenal and use to provide a more full-service solution and maybe be able to retain customers. In addition, we also pay them commission on any suite they sell. So it's more about customer retention, being able to help your customers better expand into digital without having to have the implicit knowledge of how marketing works.
So if I'm selling print ads into the restaurant community, say,
Yeah.
to be part of local publications,
Yeah.
then selling on your,
So
in addition, so it doesn't
it-
affect my print sales.
it's more about bundling for them. I'm going to sell a print ad. Well, if the customer needs a website, now I can sell them a print ad and build them a website. Or if they say they need help with marketing, well, I can provide that now through this service. And I didn't mention it, but we do have some kind of like full service solutions where we'll actually produce the content. We're not sure if that's going to stick around for very long, but it's a necessary evil right now.
That's actually a big issue for small newspapers. Usually they have to have somebody either on staff or on call
Yeah.
to actually design the ads, because the businesses at the local level like that
Yeah.
are too small to have.
Well, on the publisher side of our business, which is our kind of our legacy business that I didn't talk much about tonight, we offer full service solutions to publishers. So we'll come in and just run their website, create all the content, do everything for them. The only thing we don't do is literally sell, because it requires you to be there.
Go, yeah.
We can't do that.
Hey, so I came in a little bit late, got stuck in traffic, so I apologize about that. And if I missed something in the presentation, I remember we had met a while back. So, so I was just wondering, in my prior life, I was in real estate development, and I'm just wondering if there's a play for targeting real estate developers that own shopping centers, large numbers of them, because if this could be offered for them as something that they offer to their tenants, then not only could it be an incentive to you know, get tenants, but it could also maybe drive higher lease rates.
Yes.
If they're essentially handling the marketing for their tenants.
Glad to hear you bring that up. We just recently discovered that as a potential partner channel. We found, and kind of coming back to your question as well, apparently publishers know a lot of real estate developers. Who knew? But we have 3 or 4 proposals out to different kind of real estate developer managers or whatever. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but that is looking very promising. And we've kind of floated that around with the 80 or so publishers we work with, and it's been very well received. So time will tell, I guess. And I'll keep you updated. Oops, sorry.
Real quick, your web builder tool, does that, can a customer use a unique URL? I'm not a techie guy. So
Yes.
If we've got our own URL, is that what will show up, or
Correct.
does it go to your place?
No, you can do either way, but we allow custom domains. You can point it to
And you can access that
russellhicks.com,
within the
and it will
building?
point right to this website, and it will say russellhicks.com at the top at all times. It's yours, it just happens to be using our software and servers behind the scene.
Are you handling hosting for them too?
We host all our apps on Heroku.
Oh.
So, yeah. We don't do email hosting or domain hosting, but we do the website hosting.
And is that cost built into the
Yes.
subscription?
Yeah, included. Did you have a question? Sorry.
Wishing you happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There's, you said you were looking for maybe 500,000 at this point. And I was just wondering if you have like a pie chart that you could draw. What portion would that be for software development? What portion?
You want to flip back, Pat, to 2 or 3 slides? Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
So 60% will go towards hiring people, sales staff, more developers, community managers, which is like our customer support team. About 15% will be sales and marketing, and 25% will be product development, but I want to be clear that this is more about optimization than it is building new features at this point. When we launch our public beta in about 3 weeks, the core features that are necessary to deliver results in this market will be done, and we'll be shifting gears into how do we improve conversion rate from our partner network to free users to paid users, and how many. I didn't go into too much detail, but a big part of how we grow with our Main Street CRM and the Locable graph is about people inviting their friends to collaborate. So how quickly can we get people to invite others, and how many people will they invite will be a key part of our growth going forward. So that 25% will be mostly used for testing and optimization. So it's more of a sales and marketing than a true product development.
It's more of a churro chart.
Yeah. It wasn't a pie chart, but that was the closest I could do on short notice.
Brian, who developed all your software?
Sorry?
Who developed all your software?
Mostly contractors. Like I said at the end, we desperately are looking for a lead developer, CTO, to kind of own the product. But we've been able to do quite a bit just with contractors. Usually, we've been working with the same 3 contractors for 4 years, so they're almost an employee at this point. But technically, from the IRS, not so much.
Hey, Ryan, do you have any IP in your software?
Eventually, as we continue to develop the AI machine learning algorithms, that'll be some, trade secret, I guess. But beyond that, we're not really doing anything on the feature set that's super innovative. We're just making it really easy. Yeah, that's our competitive advantage.
Sorry, last comment is I appreciate that from a small business standpoint. I work with a ton of small business owners, and I've seen plenty that don't even have a website or any web presence at all. You go online and Google them, and nothing pops up. They might have a Yelp review, and that's pretty nice. But I think this has all been a huge need for them. You know, you
Yeah.
mentioned a lot of the larger businesses, obviously, you know, they have teams or even departments to do this for them, but small businesses are still struggling with that.
Couldn't agree more, thank you.
Yeah.
All
All
right, we
right.
good?
Thank you, Ryan.